So, as we are going to start the program, if you have any idea, you have any problem that you want us to share, you want us to share with you, you can come online so that we can talk. Okay? And wait a minute, you can join us from Joyce Peterson TV. You can join us on Facebook. You can join us from Twitter. You can join us from anywhere that you are, because the program is that there's a lady who sent us a test that we want us to read about and talk about it, of people that they are living abroad. Some of them that they left their family back home in Africa. There's many people that they got married, they got spouse in overseas, and other part of them, like your partner is in overseas and you are in Africa. If your partner is in overseas and you are in Africa, how does your relationship get, hold? Which your husband, your boyfriend, your guy is not in and it's only you in Africa. How do you cope? How do you guys cope in this relationship? Like your man is in abroad and the woman is in Africa, or the woman is in Africa and the man is in abroad. The woman is in abroad and the woman is in Africa. How do you guys, cope in this kind of relationship? That is something that I want to know, because there is a friend of mine that sent me a text asking me that her husband has been in overseas for 5 good years, and that 5 good years she had a feeling. She's a human being. She has a feeling. She's a human being. For five good years, which the husband is staying overseas, how can she's not a tree, she's a human being. How can she be like loved, or how can she be touched? Because she's not a tree. And some of the men, when they travel, they have their own way to say that because of my papers and other stuff, I got married to another person in overseas and all those things, which is happening every day, every night. A lot of people marriages are collapsing because of this kind of situations. So this lady sent me a text to say that, to ask me from Joyce Peterson TV. So I want to share with you guys. So the person that's sitting closer to me here, her name is do you want to know? That's him, man. So I want us to talk about this and see how we can help people. Distance relationship, marriage. I don't even understand. How can we solve those kind of problems that your husband is in overseas, your boyfriend is in overseas, and it's only you in Africa, or you are in overseas and your boyfriend is in Africa? How do you guys cope? How do you how do you follow each other, and how do you have feelings? Like, are you going to do it on phones, or you are going to do it like man to man, or visit, or he will come and visit or something? I don't understand this. So I want us to talk about it. So that's in my place. If, let's take it that your husband is in overseas, or you're in overseas and your husband is in Africa, how are you going to be, the intimacy of the marriage, how is it going to happen?
Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity on your platform. It's very tough these days how marriages and relationships are going, Someone will say, okay, I'm dating someone who stays in America, I stay in South Africa. Someone says I'm married to a Ghanaian, but I'm based in UK, which is really disturbing a lot, because most of the time you see the men, they are married, they left their wife or the kids with this problem. I don't know whether the lady is got kids for the man or not.
There's no kid.
There are no kids. Yeah. And is the man taking care of the woman?
Yeah, the guy is doing everything for her. But only that, they said distance is not a barrier, but touching is a barrier.
No, sometimes distance is not a barrier. It's when you, during prayers time and churches stuff, but in relationship and in marriage, distance is a barrier. Seriously. You can't just say I'm married to someone, but I don't see him for 5 years. I haven't seen this person for 2 years. I haven't seen this person. No, for me, I can't take that seriously. I will never accept that. If you are traveling and you know that you are leaving me for years, for 1 year, yes. Meanwhile, you there, you're doing something which I can't even talk about it. I won't accept that. If you are traveling and you know you're going to spend like 3 years, 5 years, it's better we divorce, right? We do separation, you go and stay there, you struggle, you do whatever, you hustle, and then when you think you are okay, you think you can come back to me and then said, okay, let's remarry, then it's fine. I can just say, okay, do your own thing, I do my own thing, because what am I gonna do during those 5 years? What am I gonna do? Even though I'm gonna talk to you on the phone, then after the phone, what am I gonna do next? Even though I'm gonna go out, after coming back home, what am I gonna do next? It's really terrible, and I can't take that, you know. And I don't advise any person to agree for this situation that you said, okay, I'm married, my husband is traveling, or the wife is traveling to different country, and then this person is gonna stay there for years. For a year, I think it's fine. For a year, you must sort out your things. But after a year, if you're still not coming, or if you're still not doing anything like good, I would say sensible, to me, it's better we just divorce, and then you stay your own, I stay my own. You do whatever you want, because where you are, I don't know what you are doing. You probably get married to another woman, or you just say, no, because of my papers. Most of the men, they do that. They marry an African woman, they leave them in their country, Ghana, Nigeria. Most of the people do that, right? You get married to the woman, and then you said, I'm traveling to America, UK, Germany, whatever. And then you wanna stay there, you get married to another woman, you tell me, okay, I'm getting married because of papers, you know?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna still lie to the one you married to. Wherever you are, you're still gonna lie. You're gonna say, no, I'm not married, this and that. And then you're still gonna communicate with me. And then even though you're gonna send me money, but money is not everything, you know. So to me, my advice to this woman who is stranded, who need advice, is she must just talk to the husband. Just ask the husband, right? If he really wants the marriage to work, it's either he comes back home and then they discuss whether the woman to go with the husband together. If there's no possibility, or if there's no way the woman can join the husband, then they must just dissolve the marriage, instead of wasting the woman's time, because most of the time they waste the lady's time, and then by the time they come back to wherever the country the woman is, they're gonna tell the woman, you grown up, you can't give me children anymore, you can't do this, you can't do that, and then the woman will be heartbroken.
Wherever that you are, you can join us with this conversation, and you can send your comment, you can throw your stars, and you can share for people to know what is happening. What we are trying to solve the problem that we are trying to solve right now is that there's a lot of people that they marry to other people in other countries, which they are not staying together. So if like someone comes to your family and said, I want to marry your sister, and after getting married and spending all monies and everything, and the man traveled to over you back home, that because of papers, so he wants to get married to another person. And then to get married to another person is not a problem, but the problem is that they will never tell the one that they're going to marry her the truth, that I have a wife in Africa, got kids in Africa, so getting married to you, I will still go and bring my wife from Africa to come and join me here. This is some of the cases that is going on in abroad all the time, that people are like crying over a lot of things, because there's some ladies that they are involved with some other men which they don't know those men have wives back home in Africa, or those men have husbands in America, Europe, Asia, and other places, Canada, and so forth. So the reason why we are here is your view, or if you have anything to talk about, we can talk about it here. You can call us, you can join us for this conversation, because there's many people that they have married. They married to other people, which those people are living in another place, another country, another continent, which the other partner is living in another place, in another continent. How does it work? If a man gets married to you for 5 good years, no sex, no any touch, no any feelings, nothing, he just living like that, and then he's staying in another place. So do you think that man or that woman can stay without a man, without any intimacy from any person, for good 5 years. Can it be possible? I want to know this.
No, it's really terrible. Especially most of all these things happen to the women, especially. Some men, in marriages, women struggle a lot. Women are the ones who suffer emotionally, physically, and all those stuff. Because how can you get married to a woman and then you travel, right? You travel, and then what do you expect the woman to do? What do you expect during those 5 years? What are you doing wherever you are? What are you doing? What do you think? Okay, let's say when you got married to this woman, during those times that you were staying with this woman, have you ever stayed for a month or a year without touching or having any intimacy with this woman? No. So it's the same thing that is going to happen. If you traveled, who must service this woman for you? Who must make this woman happy? Money alone is not going to make the woman happy. You don't have a child with this woman. So how long can this woman stay? And then after 10 years or 5 years, whatever years, you come back, the woman is grown up already. How is she going to give you children? You see, this man yourself, you're going to have different tastes, and then you come back and say, your time has passed already.
What are you talking about?
It happens. No, it happens all the time. It's not the first time that you say, it's the first time that I've heard this story that the men traveled and returned back and say, I'm no longer interested in the marriage. It happens all the time, This men will travel and then they later come back and say, I'm no longer interested. I don't love you anymore. It happens all the time. Wasting the woman's time for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years. Some women can even stay for 15 years. All these things happen. Most of these things happen to women from Nigeria, Ghana, like West African women. They really are going through a lot. This man will not come and invite this woman to join him wherever he is. This woman will stay, wait for this man, keep praying, especially the West African women. Every day you see them in church. Every day in church, keep praying for this man to be successful so that they can return to her. Not knowing this man is even married, giving birth, having family, wherever he is. And then this man will not even stop calling or tell this woman that, okay, you know what? This time I can see that I'm going to struggle to come back to you. So the good thing I can do for you is maybe give you money to open a business and then just go on with your life, move on. They don't do that. They'll waste your time. You'll stay there for years. Who is going to service you? How are you going to enjoy life yourself? You're going to be kept in churches or every Sunday, every evening. These women will be going to church praying. Meanwhile, the man will be outside after work enjoying life, wasting your time, your youth, wasting it. And then they will come back and divorce you again. It happens all the time. So it's really not good. It's not a good idea for marriage couples to say that, okay, you stay here, I'm traveling, I'll come back for you. They don't come back. They disappear. That's why I said most marriages is like it's a scam. That's why these days people are saying marriages are scam, because it's like they've scammed you. They will travel and then they forget about you. They don't even think about you. It's like they are forcing themselves to talk to you. They are forcing themselves to send you money. That's what happens.
For me, what I can say is that some of the men, the truth have to be told. That whenever that that you are getting married to a person, someone which in your mind that you are going to travel, either for you to discuss with them that, baby, I want to travel to overseas, spend 3 or 4 years or 5 years, so that the woman can decide what to do. But this is the case that some of the men, they don't tell their partners of whatever that is happening. They just say that, okay, baby, I'm traveling to overseas. And then you are there, the mother will just come and say that, my son said he's divorcing you because he heard that you are dating another person, or when you go to church you don't come early, and then you go to funerals which you are not invited, and you are always spending money on unnecessary things which there is not necessary. And then the other thing that baffles my mind is that sometimes they will come and build a big house, a big mansion. Look at the big mansion with air conditioning, with everything which you have built for your wife or for your spouse, and then there's no intimacy. You come to Africa for just 3-4 days to come and stay in Africa to just touch her, I mean, to spend some time with her.
Some people don't even come.
And some other people, they don't even come.
They don't come at all.
So what are we doing to ourselves? What are we doing to our women? What are we doing to some of the people? Because there's people, you know, sometimes you can marry to someone which maybe she has someone already in her life. But because of you came as a burger or as somebody who came from overseas, or you have traveled with your money, that is the reason why they have that chance to give you to give themselves away, to say that, okay, this man, he has traveled, he's outside the country, so he can help me, or he can help me to come there and stay with him, or also on. But it doesn't happen like that. Mostly they get married, they leave their wives and go to abroad. Getting married to a lot of ladies, they've been bitching themselves there, and then some of them are staying with wives, families, and all those things in abroad, which we don't tell our women the truth. Why are we doing this to ourselves? So this woman is complaining about this, which she have to, because if it's my sister, I'm telling you, if it's my sister that you get married to her, and then you want to leave her to go and stay in abroad, the first thing I'm going to do is that I'll tell her to divorce you. I don't care whether she's a Christian or she's not a Christian, or I'm a Christian or I'm not a Christian. I will tell my sister to divorce you, because some of the men that are in overseas, we know what they do. Some of them got many girlfriends, many wives, they've been going up and down. Some of them who stay in overseas get sick and come back home, which their wife is there waiting for them. They don't even care. You know what? No matter how hardworking that you are, the family of you is very important. No matter how busy that you are, no matter how you are working, making money from abroad, people that will leave them back home, your wife, your family, and other stuff, they need your help. So this is a problem that people are going through. So whoever that you are on this line, that you are listening to us, this voice, please, you can send your comment, you can call so that we can communicate. Because there's a lot of people that they are in this trauma for their husbands leaving them to travel to overseas, which they don't even care. The later of the day, they will just bring a letter or bring their customer right and whatever, send their family to go and divorce the marriage. Why are we doing this? Africans, mostly it's Africans.
Yes.
Why are we doing this to ourselves? Especially Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, East Benin, Togo, West Africa. This is not a good life. You know, that is the reason why that when you marry to a white person and you want to travel to somewhere, sometimes they divorce you.
Yeah,
simple. And it's not about hating. They don't hate you, because that is the truth. Because some of them, and as I'm talking to you right now, somebody is calling his wife back home, but he has a girlfriend in his house.
It happens.
How can you do this?
You see, women are always the victim one. Women
and we tell ourselves, you know what is the problem there that sometimes it baffles my mind is that you will see these people that they are doing this, telling themselves that they are Christians. They go to church. They go to church. So if someone can do this to your sister, will you be happy? And tell us ourselves the truth. Especially Nigerians mostly. Nigerian, Ghana, these two countries. This Nigeria and Ghana.
It's true.
They will come and build a mansion back home in Africa, marry a good lady who is working in professional, she's banker or working as a teacher, nurse, doctor, or someone important in life. And then they will leave that person in Africa, go back to Europe, back to America, or whatever that they're staying, to go and stay with another woman. And the woman will be stranded, and they'll tell you to go to church. Is it the pastor is the one who's going to have sex with you? Or the pastor is the one who's going to romance you in the church there for you to get the feelings?
You see?
Why Africans? Why are you doing? Why we guys are doing this to our own women? Women, you have to talk to us so that anyone who got that problem, who has been stuck in this kind of situation, can solve. We help you to solve this issue, because this is something that is going on that I don't think I can't take far. Seriously,
it's not good.
You know, it's not worthy that we will do this to our own people. Our own people. Do you think you can marry to a white lady and then leave her to go and marry to a black lady somewhere, and then you'll be jumping up and down? You leave her in abroad, and then you go and sit in Africa, and then you think she's gonna wait for you?
No.
That's the reason why the white people, you know, when you get married to them, the first thing that they do, they divorce you, they take all your properties.
Yeah.
And African people don't do this. So why are we doing this to ourselves?
It's a big problem. It's a big.
Why are we doing this to ourselves? Africans, why are we so unthinkable. We don't think, we don't do the things that we've been doing. We don't understand what we are doing. And we do this to our own family people. And then we tell ourselves that we'll go. You know, what I hate is those people tell themselves a Christian, they go to church, get married there and everything, but they're still hiding girlfriends in overseas, telling their wives that, oh, I'm married to a paper wife. Does it work like that?
It doesn't work like
There's
that.
anything called paper wife.
Paper wife. Which one is called? So your wife must also marry to paper boy or husband or
No,
wife.
that's when it can't happen.
Yeah, it happens also.
Why is it going to happen?
Some men are also victim of these stories. Some men are also in this situation. Not the percentage. Let's say if you take 10 men, it's 2 out of 10 who are in this situation. But if you take 10 women, it's 8 of them who are in this situation, which is bad. The percentage is it's bad. The women are those who are really struggling with these marriage issues. The husband gets married to you. When the husband doesn't have anything, gets married to you, he knows you are the apple of my eye. You are the only one. The moment the husband travels, meets another woman, gets married overseas, and then now they know that, no, my eyes has opened. Now I know what is good. Now I know. They will tell you hateful words that some men tell the wives. The wife just cry. You know, that's why some women are depressed. Some women are in like hospitals. Some women are on drugs because of all these situations. The men don't just divorce you, right? If they just, okay, let's say they travel for a year, they said, no, you know what? I can see that I'm not coming back soon to continue this marriage. So let's divorce. I'll settle you. I'll give you something to start your own life. At least it's understandable. But these men will not do that. They will wait for 5 years, 6 years, and then they'll stop calling you. They'll stop sending you money, especially when they don't have kids with you. If they have kids with you, sometimes they think about the children and then give you something for the children. And then they start telling you hateful words. Like, words that when you hear, you feel like drinking medicine to die. It's like you feel like jumping inside a river. They tell you hateful words that is so annoying. Seriously, some women die because of all this situation. You know, so some women, to what they've planned, you know, this word, I always say that men are pushing women to situations that are bad. Men are putting women in situations like in a tight corner. All these things that some men are doing to these women, some women, like the new generation that are coming, people who are like, we call them the Indomie women, they're also learning things, right? Because they are learning things that they'll say, no, this man, since he traveled, I must also get attachment. I must also get someone who can make me happy. Because where he is, he's also enjoying. I would say that if you take 10 men who have traveled and left their wives back home, it's only one person who is not dating another woman. You know? Yeah. It's just only one. That one might be someone who is yet to be born. The only one is yet to be born. All of them, I would say most of them are like married, dating different women. And then they will call you and then they will ask you, where are you? Even when you are in a place where there's a little music, they will say, where are you? Let me speak to someone. Because he thinks what he's doing, you're also doing the same thing.
Which you are right, yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
They think what they are doing is the same thing you're also doing. They are not secured. It's like they can't trust you anymore. How will you trust someone? Because you can't trust yourself. If you can trust yourself, you can trust someone. You know, so this character, this situation that are happening in marriages, in relationship must stop. If you think you are traveling, it's better you end the relationship. It's to me, I don't know about others, but to me, I think if you think you are traveling and you don't even know when you are coming back, or you think out of sight is out of mind, because some people say out of sight is out of mind. Yeah. Since they don't see you, they don't talk to you regularly, they don't have intimacy with you, they learn to forget about you. Some people do that. You know, and then they get married or they are in a new relationship, which they think they see this person every day. Now they are in love with this person, and then you back home, you are left with nothing. You just see the picture of this person. You just see the video of this person for once. You're not gonna eat this video. You're not gonna eat the body doesn't need the video. The body doesn't need the picture. The body doesn't need money, even though the body need money, but not like the way the men think. The men think that no, since I'm providing for you, you are okay. That's what some men do. They think, no, since I give you money, every month I give you money. That's what some people complain about. Every month I'm sending her money. But she still go outside, dating another man. What must she do? In the evening, in the afternoon, who is she go? Let's say if she needs someone to talk to, she's going to call you and say, I'm busy, I'm working. You know, it doesn't make sense to be married to someone who stays outside where you are. It doesn't make sense.
Please, when you're online, you can join us with this conversation, and then let's talk about what is happening in the world. Because nowadays, you know, the woman that as Chima was saying here, the woman that they are now born, this Indomie woman doesn't have time for this, because I know South African woman will tell you that this thing you can not finish it. Only you can never finish it. So she will let someone to finish it for you if you are not serious to finish this thing. So what my question is that if you're a guy and someone comes to your house, your family house, and get married to your sister, and then leave your sister into abroad for 10, 5 years, 10 years, 5 years, 8 years, will you be happy for someone to get married to your relative for 5 good years, and then she's sitting in Africa and this person is in Europe? Or the lady comes and get married to the guy in Africa, and then she's in Europe and the husband is staying here. Is it possible? How does this thing work? Because I want to know. How does it work? Because a white person will never give you that chance. These Muslims and these Chinese and Indians, they don't do that.
No.
It's only we African people who does that. And when you talk about it, they say it's our culture. Which kind of a stupid culture is that? Which kind of stupid culture that you get married to somebody and you leave the person in Africa to go and sit in Europe or in America, or travel overseas and then tell yourself that I have a wife back home? Is it your wife a tree, or is a stone? She's a stone, or she's a sea? Because even sea, people go in there and swim and look for fishes and other stuff. So why are we doing this to our own people, our own families, our own African sisters? That is the program that we are doing tonight. Because you can if you want to watch the whole video, you can go to Joyce Peterson TV and you can send your comment and everything, your messages and everything here, so that we can be able to read and share with other people who wants to know what is happening in the world. Because now in Africa, African women that we know before, that you can travel more than 25 years, 10 years or whatever, she will be still waiting. She will be still waiting.
There are no more
but days. You guys that you are there, are you waiting for your wives? For your wives?
Are you waiting
to come and see you guys, to come and meet you guys? Are you waiting?
Can you stay for a year?
Can you stay for a year without having affair with another woman?
You can't. And they wanna say I'm the man. You are the man.
No, you can't say you are a man when you are cheating. You can't say you are a man when you are cheating. You are cheating on your wife. And you can't justify yourself that because of papers. That is one thing that I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. Because when you go to some Europe countries, there is a lot of refugee camps and other stuff which you can seek for a refugee. Then from there you start getting your papers from those things. So if you said that because of your status, so you have to get married to another person, what of your wife that you married to her? So now some of the Christians, let's go to the back of the days. Some of the Christians are married to 2 people, but in their churches, in their Bible, there is no marriage for 2. It's against two marriages. So why are we doing this to ourselves? Because especially the Christians in Africa, you are the guys that I'm talking to right now this evening. Because some of you,
it's fine.
You get married to our sisters, and you go to America, you come to Africa and all, you go to America and all those things and stay there and leave our sister back home, get married to another person. So the person that you marry in America or in Europe, how do you call her?
My wife.
How are you going to call her? So now, do you have one wife or you got 2 wives? That is what I want to know. Do you have one wife or you got 2 wives? Because if you marry to another person, if you have married before and you still married to another person, means that you have two wives.
Which is wrong.
Is it possible in our own Bible to do so in the Bible? Because before then that we go to the premise to go and get married, the first thing that we have to do is that we have to ask you whether whether you are getting married to your wife only, or you are getting married to your wife. Is it one or two? Because this is something that a lot of people are complaining about. A lot of people are complaining about this kind of issues. Because when you go to the church, you said better for worse, or is it not?
Better for worse.
For better for worse until what we did to death do us part. And then you leave your wife in Africa, then you go to Europe and get married to another person, saying that because of the papers. My friend, you know what? Let us not deceive ourselves. Truly. Because we men, we are the one who has given women chance to do whatever that they are doing right now. And when we finish, there's a song in Ghana says that a man in a virgin, a virgin. Isn't that what they said in the music? They said all men says they want a virgin to get married. But there's the same man that doesn't want the woman to be virgins.
The same man
that doesn't want the woman to be virgin. So you want somebody to be a virgin so that you get married to her, but you are the guys that breaking virginity. Then when you finish, you run to another woman. Does it work like that? Can you leave your sister in Africa? Someone will come and marry your sister, your best friend will come and marry your sister, leave her in Africa, then the same friend of yours will get married to another person in Europe, saying that because of papers. Does it work like that? No. Does it work like that? Why we don't, African people, we don't learn? You don't want to learn. Some of these African brothers, sisters, we don't learn. Because some of the women too, they will get married in Africa, go to Europe and America and also other countries, get married to another person's there, and then when you ask her, she's going to tell you that because of my papers. Are we eating papers in overseas? Or the papers is for traveling back to your country or whatever? Because of that, you are getting these papers. It doesn't concern. Papers does not have anything to do with marriage. Because you can still marry to somebody on contract, which will never have affair with that person. It works all the time. So if your husband is telling you that I got married because of I want papers, that person is a liar. He wants to get married. He wants to have chocho mucho. He wants to canterize and pussycat and enjoy the body. And then you, in Africa, you will be like a tree in the riverside. Because he's just left you there and he's busy enjoying. So if you are back in Africa, you are in Africa and your husband is telling you that I'm married, I get married to a white lady because of I'm looking for papers. Those white, they are very expensive to maintain if you don't have money. And somebody that you don't have money, how do you get married to another person? To tell your wife that I'm getting married to go and get papers. How? Because this thing we know is a contract that they are doing in overseas all the time. So this is just a say or to deceive African women, especially who does not know anything about education and left and right, and they never travel, they don't even know what is a passport. So you can tell them a little story to be safe, because she's not going to find out what is going on. So that's it, man. Let's put everything together and see what we are saying here. So this lady brought this kind of issue to us for us to discuss tonight, and we wish everyone who is here with us to give us an idea. That is it good for you to get married to someone for 5 years and leave her in Africa and go to Europe and stay there for 5 years without coming back home, without no intimacy, without no touch, no sex, nothing. And you think she's going to be happy. So if you come back and they say pastor is chopping her, or driver is chopping her, or maid servant in the house is eating her, will you be angry? Will you be angry of her? Or what are you going to tell her? Are you going to divorce her because of she has sex with another person? Yourself, aren't you having sex with other people where you are? Tell me. Bring us, get us a good answer for people to know the program that we are doing. That we are not doing this program because we hate people, but we are doing this program because we love people. We want people to change.
It's the fact.
It's a fact. So if you are a Christian, you call yourself a Christian, you call yourself, if you are not a church goer, we have Christian and we have a church goer. Christians are the ones who believe in Jesus Christ because God, they said Jesus came and died for them. So they believe in Jesus. And then the church goer people is the one that they wear clothes every Sundays to go to church, to dress and tell people that I'm going to church because I look nice, I look beautiful because I bought a new clothes. Those are church goers. But if you really read the Bible and you want to be in the side of a Christian to follow the steps of Jesus Christ, no, Jesus did not tell anyone. There's no any quote in the Bible that a man must get married to 2 women, one in Africa and one in Europe. Does it work like that?
No, unless it's some people's culture, you know.
Which people's culture?
Yeah.
It's a Muslim.
But you know what? What I've learned is most of these things are happening to the people who call themselves Christians.
That is the question.
That is the problem. Most of this issue happens to people who call themselves Christian. Muslim men, most of them, they don't do that. If they are traveling, they travel with their wives.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
they don't.
right.
Yeah, because I've just checked. Most of these things happen to the people who call themselves Christian, who have vowed to marry one, but when they travel, they decide to treat the one back home bad. You know, but the Muslim, they know in their book, in their Quran, they know the rules of getting married to more wives, so they don't treat the wives badly. It's just few. I can't say everybody is perfect, you know. Some people are not perfect, but if you take 10 Muslims, I'll say it's maybe 2 out of the 10 who are just doing tricky things. But most of them, they know the rules. So if they are getting married to a Muslim woman, or if a woman is not a Muslim and the person wants to convert to a Muslim, she's aware that her husband is going to marry more, you know, so she's aware of it. But this is the situation for Christians who thinks they are supposed to marry only one, but they can just keep other women when they travel. Even when they are staying with them, they still do the same thing. Talk less of traveling. Then they have the opportunity. But the problem is, if let's say they are doing, or they are married and then they are treating the one home nicely, I don't think it's bad, because the woman can also do something to have fun until you comes back.
Hey. Yeah.
But this is
a big bomb here.
This is the situation when the man is not going to allow the woman to have fun.
So,
you know,
so what you're saying right now is that we must allow the woman to have fun.
Seriously.
When the husband is in overseas, or the husband is staying abroad for 7 good years, 10 years. You know there's a lot of people that I meet them in overseas, which they've married for so many years.
They don't even remember they are married
Africa,
anymore.
And they are staying overseas for 15, 20 years. And then that 15, 20, so do you want to tell me that you don't have money? No, you don't have money to go bring your wife, or to go back home and do something. Or if it's not that, why can't you tell your wife to travel back to where you are? You just do the papers and everything, and then bring her back to where you are.
Simple.
So that you guys can stay together.
Simple.
But because the Bible didn't tell everyone to marry and
leave the wife somewhere, you stay somewhere. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, it doesn't work like that. So
why is it that the Christians are the one doing all these things?
Because the Christians are the one doing this thing, because they know they are not, they cannot marry more wives, but they can lie and marry somewhere separately. Some people do that all the time. They hide some in another country, get married, and then what's next? They leave the wife. The wife will be praying. That's the problem. That's the problem that I'm having. The wife will waste the time praying every day, keep on praying for the husband to come back and fetch her, or just to take her back. But it doesn't happen. Most of this thing, it does not happen. I've not seen any man who is married to African women and then traveled for 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 years and then come back and say, I'm coming to marry you back. It doesn't work. Most of them, they come back and then they divorce you.
They divorce you. As far as you help them to make money and then they come back, then that's their life.
They do their mansion somewhere that you are not aware of it.
And they don't even look after their children. Yeah. They don't care. They will come back and marry to another lady somewhere and then leave you.
Then they'll say your time has passed.
Which kind of rubbish is this? What kind of nonsense is this?
You see, it's not fine.
You know, that's the reason why that Diabo and all those things are going on in
That's
Ghana
why
and
people are
Nigeria and
taking
all those things.
some men, some places that is not right.
Yeah.
Because
of all these
you
things that
don't
they're
treat
doing.
people like that. You don't treat people like that, not at all.
So why can you marry? Why can you marry? And you know this is what you are going to do, and you know that the marriage that you are married to this person, you break the vow because wherever you leave your wife for more than 2-3 years, you are breaking already the vow. And then if you know you are sleeping with other people outside, you have broken the vow too. And then you go to the church and do a white wedding. You know, even when you are telling the man that let's do the home one, they will say no. We have to go to church and do the white wedding. And then after the white wedding, they will still travel to overseas and then start doing all their bullshit and nonsense there in overseas. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? That's the reason why that some of them, they will come back with sickness, they will come back with disease, and then they just come and die. Because that's why Donald Trump said Africa is a cemetery. So whenever that you travel, you do all this your nonsense, then you just come to Africa and die, then we will bury you here. What is that?
They expect the women to sit down and keep praying, wait for them to come back and divorce you.
You know what? The prayers that the women they pray, they have to stop all those prayers for their husbands.
Seriously.
Because if you are praying for somebody and the person is doing another wrong thing,
You know,
they said even when the angels are bringing the blessing, if it's only you, it's supposed to be only you. If you and your wife, it's supposed to be only you and your wife on the bed sleeping. Then the angels will release the blessing and go. But they will come back and find out that your wife is in Ghana, is in other country, and you are in other country, and your legs are two there, and then your wife having one leg. It doesn't work like that. God. So what are we doing? Because this situation of this lady has gotten her distressed. She's very stressed, and she wants to know what is she going to do to solve this problem. So guys, please send your comment and send your comment and messages and let's read and then see how we can do to solve this problem for this lady. Either she must divorce this guy.
Yeah, it's simple.
Or she must still wait.
No. Wait for what?
Wait for her.
Wait for nothing. She's gonna wait for nothing. She's going to wait for nothing. At the end of it all, this man will come back and then get married to a younger person and then have children. Meanwhile, you can't have children. You'll be struggling to have children after, let's say, 40. You're gonna struggle having children. So, let's say if this man was traveling, the wife. We don't even know how old she is now. She's gonna grow old.
She's almost about 38.
She's gonna grow old, and then all her children will be in the womb for nothing. And then this man will come back and then divorce you.
But the guy built a mansion for her, and she's staying there.
So she must divorce.
She will have a car. She have a business, and
yes, she can divorce, and then they can share the property equally. Finish. You go your way. She also goes her way, and then she finds someone close to her who is not willing to leave her to travel, because leaving a woman back and then traveling, and it's waste of time. You're wasting the woman's time, which is not right. She must just ask for divorce. She must ask the husband, talk to her, normal talk, not angry, not being angry or talking harshly. She must just call him one day and then say, no, you know what? This marriage it's never gonna work, because I can no more wait for you. I can't wait again. So we need a divorce. Agree with me. Just accept it. Let your family come to me, and then I'll go and give you whatever you brought to marry me, and then we share the property. Finish.
But if the guy doesn't want to do that,
then he mustn't complain when she's married to another man.
No, but let's take it that if you love your husband and your husband travel to overseas and something like this is going on, and you want
love
to
alone cannot keep a marriage. Love alone cannot keep marriage. Most of the time, people say no, love alone, love alone. No, love alone, love without action. It's not love. Because if you say you love someone, why must you leave the person to stay somewhere and then you are happy where you are? You must ask yourself, is this person happy? No, she's not happy. That's why she's complaining.
Yeah, she's not happy, but she wants to know how can she solve this kind of problem?
No, she must first ask the husband, are you willing to come, prepare the document to fetch me to wherever you are? If the husband said, yes, I'm willing, then she must just accept it and say when. She must ask the husband when. right? He must prove that, let's say he's getting the document, because 5 years by now the husband must have papers.
That one I don't know.
The husband cannot say.
But the husband said he got married to somebody because of papers.
So, for how long?
For 5 years now.
But she has already waited for 5 years.
Hey, this is Mahala. This is a big joke. There's a very, very big, expensive one. You are on Joyce Peterson TV, and if you couldn't watch this program or you couldn't stay on, please, you can follow us in Joyce Peterson TV on Facebook, Joyce Peterson TV on Twitter, Joyce Peterson TV on Instagram, Joyce Peterson TV on YouTube, so that you can subscribe, share, and like the page. You can download to watch later on. We appreciate of people that they stay on this program for us to get into this long. Please, Dachima, what is your last words that you want to say in this kind of?
My conclusion about her situation, and also the advice to some people who are in the same situation, because you can see many people are in the same situation. You know, if you are in such a situation, I will never advise you to stay for so many years. You are wasting your time. She is really wasting her time. So she must just ask the husband right now, his mind, what he's thinking. I know the husband is gonna lie about, no, wait, I will come fetch you, I will do this. No, if she thinks the husband said no, it's because of money that I cannot fetch you, she must sell the property back home and then join the husband, because the husband prefers to stay outside of where he's from. So they must just sell the property for the wife to join the husband so that she can have her kids. Because if she stays for long, she won't be able to have kids, and then the husband will make babies somewhere, which is going to affect her at the end of it, or the woman is the one who is, it will end in tears, as their new terms. It's going to end in tears. So the wife must decide right now. She must decide. This one is not about looking for advice, because you don't need advice. This thing is so simple. Ask the husband, you said you are married to another woman because of paper. So now what are you going to do to me? Am I still married to you? If it's yes, then do something. Or are you coming back? When are you coming back? If he tells you maybe I'm going to come back in a year time, and after a year he doesn't come, straight to divorce. Finish. He's not serious. He's not serious with you anymore. So, yeah, that's all. That's the only advice.
So, guys, as we started this program, that we stated that somebody sent us the request, said a text saying that the husband has been staying overseas for a good 5 years, and the husband says he got married to another person because of his paper status, which we know that is a lie, because that thing doesn't work anymore. It's not like before. So whoever that your husband or wherever that you are, you have that kind of problem, or you're a lady, you're a guy that you have the same situation, you can contact us on Joyce Peterson TV on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So please subscribe, like the page, and share. We will come back the same time tomorrow to read people's tests, so that we can have another program for you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.